What is up, everybody? I am back again. Your boy Deuce is back. Thank you guys. Look, I'm back with another harsh reality reaction, guys. This one is OMG, Maddie and Kylie murdered together, guys. We knew it actually happened, but it is actually confirmed now that they did lose their lives together, guys. The story is crazy. It's about the 4 college students that lost their lives in Idaho, Moscow, Idaho. Um, Guys, I've been actually following this case, and it's just everything just seems to not make sense, guys. So we know they have evidence, they say, and they actually have DNA. We're just waiting for that DNA to take a hit, guys. But there's so much college people that was actually in this house that who knows? There's probably DNA all over the place, too, guys. I mean, it's a college party house. So it's crazy, guys. But first, love yourself, like yourself, be nothing but yourself. Like and subscribe to channels, highly appreciated. Without further ado, guys, let's jump right into the video.
So, we're getting more and more information come out as time goes on. And there's arguments as to whether the information is likely to compromise the case. But we're now hearing that Kaylee and Madison were in fact in the same room and were likely killed together. Now, is this information likely to compromise the case? Now, the only way that I figure that this would compromise the case goes hand in hand with the comments made that this was a targeted attack. Now, there is one specific person who is kind of, I believe, everybody's number one suspect at the moment. And it's details like this that kind of build into that. And I'll tell you for why. Now, I did a video
And now, let's talk about this for a second, guys. It definitely was a targeted attack. This was somebody who had this whole thing planned out, who was watching this from someplace, guys, who probably has been in this house while they was gone and has staked out room to room. That's what I totally believe about this, guys. I believe this whole thing was actually staked out and planned. That's how the killer got away with absolutely no trace knife. Guys, we don't even have... Where's the knife? I've said that in every video. I mean, they say that it is a Rambo-style knife that was used, but then in one of the autopsy, or one of the videos, the woman that does the autopsy is the same woman that does the coroner reports for that town that did them, for Kylie and Kaylee and all the rest of them, actually said that there was different stab wounds. So she said there was a possibility of 2 knives. Where'd that go to? Why was that said? Is that something that actually could be real? Would one killer use 2 knives? It's possible. But whenever you take this Bundy-style killing, so they say, and you give somebody that headline that has already killed 4 people, his head gets big, guys. And if we don't find this guy, he's going to kill again. They will kill again. That's how this works. Seen it all the time, guys. So, are we going to be able to kill it? Are we going to actually be able to catch this guy before he actually kills other people? Innocent bystanders? These girls and the guy had their whole life in front of them, guys. And got it taken. Because I believe it was jealousy. So now they're questioning everybody else. People's getting ruled out. You know, the food truck, the people was there talking to them. Guys, does this whole thing not reminisce of other cases? Every case lately has been like this. The killer's been gone. We haven't been able to find him. What's going on? Anyways, guys, let's jump back into the video.
yesterday, and it was specifically looking at some information that was given to me via email by someone who knows people who were around this area involved in the 911 call, and they have a relative who is a coroner dealing in this case. They're not the coroner who spoke out publicly, but they are a coroner working on this case. And they specifically spoke about the horrific injuries that Madison had. and worse than anybody else. Now, that would say that this person, we've kind of, I think we've concluded that this is someone with a huge amount of rage inside them, a huge amount of rage and anger. And you have to ask yourself, if this is true, and I'm saying if this is true, and Madison was indeed the most, what it would appear, violently attacked, then this anger, why would it be directed at Madison? And I think a lot of thoughts is the relationship that Kaylee had come out of, and this question around what was going on with that. And was Madison part of that situation? And was this person angry about that? Now, was the target Madison? And do we have a scenario where someone has gone into the house and they have targeted Madison? Because you've got these two girls, Kaylee and Madison, in the same room, this has then become a double murder. They then leave that room and they've made noises. We've heard that there was defensive wounds on some of them. Now, is that why Ethan then comes out of the room and he has been sadly killed as well? Now, this person has no choice now, because we now have a witness who has left who could potentially identify in Xana. So it's kill the last person who saw and get out of that property. Now, I'm speculating here, spitballing. But this, to me, makes the absolute most sense of what happened here. If, indeed, the information regarding Madison is correct, and that she did, indeed, sustain the majority of the injuries, and they were horrific injuries as well. And back to the beginning, we spoke about
what I don't understand either, guys, is why was the girls calling Jack frantically? There was multiple phone calls from them both. And now they're questioning Jack. So, I mean, could someone have been standing there around the girls, making them call the phone, someone's phone, to make it look like they was trying to get a hold of maybe the killer? If you think about this, all this was planned out, guys. So if you walk in the back doors, you will basically walk through the kitchen, to the left, hook left, and there's the bedroom where the guy and the girl was killed at. Okay, then if you go back out and you hook right and go up the stairs and hook another right, there's the patio. And then I do believe across from that is another bedroom. So what happened first? And that's the reason why the forensics said that whenever they put together all this 3D image, guys, they're actually going to be able to put it together and tell the blood splatter who was stabbed first, who was killed first, and all that other stuff. Until then, this is all speculations, guys. We don't actually know who was actually killed first. We don't actually know if the guy, tried to fight the killer, seen the killer, and then killed him. We don't know all that stuff, guys. We're trying to put all this stuff together in our head, and it makes sense to us. But we won't know until we actually get confirmation from the FBI who got stabbed first, what happened, what caused this. It was definitely a hate crime, guys. This was nothing less than a hate crime. And someone did sustain more knife wounds than somebody else. I'm pretty sure of that. This is what happens in serial killer stabbings. That's just how it is. Anyways, guys, let's jump right back to the video.
Whether this kind of information is going to impact the case at all. And I don't think it is. Because at the end of the day, what was done was done. And justice will be served if law enforcement pull their finger out and pull the trigger on whatever needs to be done. Now, the whispers are that there is a match in DNA across all 4 victims. Now, whether that is because they injured themselves while they were while this was going on. Who knows? DNA can come from anything, from a hair sample to a saliva sample. But they've got, it would seem, a matching DNA across the board. So why are now law enforcement not pulling everybody in around this area and DNA checking everyone? Why have we got the likes of Jeremy who are having to go and offer his DNA to them? Kudos to him for doing so. I know there's a mixed response on whether I think he's a bit weird, socially awkward. But he, at the end of the day, has told us that he has offered up his DNA. That shouldn't be the case. People around here shouldn't be offering it up. They should be being forced to give. Because this is very, very serious. And later on today, I'm going to touch a bit on law enforcement. But for now, this is what we're talking about.
And shouldn't we be saying, hey, give me your DNA? Like, we think you may be involved. We need your DNA. Go to the house. Get the guy. Bring him to the police station, whatever it may be. Get his DNA. I mean, yes, offering it is good. But if they really think something, don't you think they would have been like, hey, we need your DNA? Instead of someone offering their DNA to see if they hit a match on this. That goes to absolutely tell me they do not know of the killer. They're grasping at straws at this point. And they have been for 3 weeks. I truly believe they don't know who this killer is. I truly believe that they have no leads. That's the reason why they're grasping at straws. And it is very sad because, guys, this is what serial killers do. This guy has killed before. We've seen it way too many times, guys. And he's probably going to strike again with the same knife he used. That's just how serial killers are. Anyways, guys, let's jump right back to the video.
What happened that night? We've got missing time. We've got someone who has gone into this house and done what they've done. We've got the whispers that it was targeted. It was isolated. Again, I'll touch on that later today. But was there a target? And is this what happened in that house? Was there anguish towards Maddie? And this is what happened. And was Ethan and Xana just in the wrong place at the wrong time?
You guys, those are some good questions. Was Ethan and his girlfriend at the wrong place at the wrong time? I mean, we don't know that. You have the 2 survivors down in the basement who came up, called 911. The one girl found Ethan on the ground, so they say. She says that he is actually unconscious. The roommate that she runs by in the first story grabs her phone, finishes the conversation because she passes out. So she goes on to say that they are unconscious as well because she never seen them, guys. Guys, horrific scene, guys, and I cannot wait until we get more lead on this case. Is it too late? Did we wait too long? Do they know who the killer is? Do you think they're grasping at straws? Those are all questions, guys. Anyways, I'm going to jump out of here, but first, love yourself, like yourself, be nothing but yourself. Like and subscribe to the channel. It's highly appreciated. Your boy Deuces. I'm out. Thank you, guys.